NVIDIA is the latest example of a high-performing company to explicitly ban the use of AI tools in their job interviews, and they do it right on their careers webpage. The use of unapproved outside tools such as ChatGPT during the interview will result in the disqualification of candidacy. A pretty direct approach, because only a few months ago some candidates have told me that, hey, did you know the recruiter was upfront with me that I'm not allowed to use AI in my job interviews? I'd like to explain to you why this happens, how do they catch AI candidates, what can you do not to sound like an AI candidate, and what can you do if you got caught, or if you think they caught you cheating with these things. So first and foremost, why would a company like NVIDIA, who's all in AI, choose to be upfront with candidates? Why couldn't they just figure out, hey, yes, if you cheat using AI, they would disqualify and move on? The challenge with this approach is that so many candidates use AI to prepare their job interviews that it's become impossible for them to ignore this problem. And Google does the same thing. They also explicitly mention on their jobs webpage that they do not allow you use AI in their job interviews. So the epidemic, so to speak, of using AI in job interviews is so bad that they have chosen to be upfront because perfectly qualified candidates shoot themselves in the foot using AI in job interviews. Now, how do they spot if someone is using AI in their job interviews? As an interview coach, I can tell you it takes me 10 to 20 seconds to figure out if a candidate is using an AI rewarded answer or not, in most cases. Now, if you'll spend a bit more time to try to reward them so it's not as straightforward, then yes, it might take me longer, right? But also during a job interview, candidates who cannot maintain eye contact with their interviewer, or if you feel like if you're reading, they feel like the candidate is reading from somewhere their answers, then it's also a major reason for suspicion, right? So if you're not maintaining eye contact, that could be one trigger. But if you try to read an answer and then to speak that answer out loud, you'll see it's not the same thing, right? So there's a whole industry of communication skills and these sort of things. So in itself, catching an AI candidate is not a major challenge. This is what you should understand. Now, what can you do not to sound like an AI candidate in these job interviews? Well, the first thing I recommend would be, even if you use AI to prepare your job interview, don't reward your answers using AI in a format that is ready for delivery during a job interview. For example, you could bullet point your stories. You could keep them as bullet points. And yes, you could use a cheat sheet, so to speak, during a job interview, no problem with that. But the difference would be that taking those bullet points, even if they're AI rewarded, and communicating them during a job interview would not be considered as cheating, right? Even though if you preferred to use AI. Another approach, if you want to eliminate any doubts you're an AI candidate, you can get closer to the camera while speaking during a job interview, and this way you eliminate all doubts about this, because you cannot be reading. It's impossible for you to read if you focus on the camera as I'm doing right now, right? What is some bad advice with respect to AI candidates? It doesn't mean that in order to eliminate any doubt, you must maintain eye contact 100% of the time. No, it simply means you can speak naturally and behave as naturally as you would otherwise do. But keep in mind that there is always this trigger. There's always this thing that the interviewer will listen for on whether you rewarded your answers using AI or not. Now, if you do believe that they became suspicious of you rewarding your answers or of any of your experiences during the job interviews, one thing you could do if you took their interview seriously would be to share your stories with them after your interview, to share your story bank with them to eliminate any possible doubts around AI or about your expertise or about your qualification, right? Not many candidates can build a story bank for these job interviews, but if you do, then there is also something that works, right? So long story short, beware of not sounding like an AI candidate, because this is one of the first things they're going to be listening for in this job interview, because it's a new sort of epidemic. And in my experience, the best performers would rather choose to use AI for entertainment purposes. You get a little bit of feedback here and there about your interview answers, but I believe it goes without saying that you should never use the AI to drive, so to speak, your interview prep, or to drive your interview all together. So all in all, I hope you found this useful, and thank you very much for watching.